Yo, what's up guys? As you can see, today I do have a quick showdown battle for you. And yeah, it's pretty late. It's also raining, so yeah, it does actually rain in Australia, go figure. But as you can see, I do have a quick little team preview thing that I built. So let's go ahead and take a look at the teams. My team is at the top, and I do have a Tree Scuff Curly Toad, a Custap Skarmory, both Rocks and Spikes just to get up that early game momentum, a standard Life Orb Brain Gengar with Thunder and Destiny Bond just to be able to take out the spinners. Next up is just a Focus Sash Brilliant with Focus Punch over Swords Dance just to get a lot of surprise kills. It should do a lot of work on the rest of his team. He really has that Landorus as a solid switch in. I mean, Garchomp can pretty much come in and take a hit fairly well, but that's fine. Next up, I just have a standard Jolly Mamoswine with Ice Gem over Life Orb. It's just there to check the dragons. It's going to be useful for checking that Garchomp, which could be a threat if I do let Mamoswine die. And last but not least, we just have the Mix Sharpedo with Hydro Pump over Waterfall. It's pretty much what the team was built around. So yeah, looking at my opponent's team, he does have a few threats to the team, and yeah, his team is really standard, pretty standard sand. That Jirachi and Keldeo are definitely going to be threats. The Keldeo if Scarfed, yeah, it's just big threat. And that Jirachi too, if it's Scarfed or like faster than Mamoswine, EV to outrun Jolly with something like Sub and 3 attacks, yeah, definitely a big threat. That Rotom is definitely looking especially defensive. I'm definitely expecting either the Landorus T or the Garchomp just to carry rocks, and T-Tug's most likely going to be choiced in some way. So yeah, the general game plan is just going to be to wear down Rotom and get a bit of pride damage on Keldeo to allow Sharpedo to sweep. And if that doesn't happen, Mamoswine should be able to clean him up just as long as I get a bit of pride damage on that Rotom. So let's go ahead and just get right into the battle. Alright, so turn 1, I'm just going to lead off with my Skarmory. He's going to lead off with his Rotom, just as I expected. I was definitely expecting, yeah, just either Rotom or Landorus. He's going to Volt Switch out, and he's going to reveal that he's actually going to outspeed me. That kind of made me think he was Scarf, but that's fine. Either way, I just decided I'm going to take this opportunity just to get up my rocks, start wearing down his team with a bit of residual damage. He goes into his Tyranitar, and luckily for me, he doesn't have any priority, so I would be able to get up a layer of spikes, as he decides he's just going to take me out for Crunch. So what I'm going to do is just go right into my Politoed, and I'm just going to make a double switch out into my Breloom, predicting the Rotom W. And thankfully for me, this does actually work out, as he does just go right into it. And I know he's probably going to outspeed me just because he did outspeed my Skarm, but I'm just going to fire for Spore, knowing that he probably can't do too much to me, as he does actually reveal that he's a faster variant of the specially defensive Rotom W. And yeah, he will whisk my Breloom, but that's a fair trade-off because I do put him to sleep, so he's going to be out of action for most of the game. And yeah, now he goes into his Jirachi. I definitely expect him to go to Landorus T, which is why I made the switch into my Politoed. But here he goes for the trick and reveals that he is Scarf. Luckily for me, I am already carrying the Choice Scarf, so I will be able to get some solid damage off with the Surf. And yeah, it does about 60%, which is great because he will pretty much be dead to rocks. And now I'm going to expect him to go for the Iron Head, I guess, just to try and flinch me down, because Jirachi is pretty dead. He makes a good play though and just goes for the U-turn and goes right out into his Landorus. So yeah, here I decided I'm just going to sack Breloom and just go for a Bullet Seed and try to get a little bit of damage off. I know it's going to do pretty much nothing, but Breloom's pretty much useless at this point. I mean, in hindsight, I definitely could have just gone back into Toad on his Stealth Rock, which was pretty obvious. Although, yeah, I just didn't want to really give him that momentum. So yeah, I'm going to fire off another Bullet Seed as he does get up his rocks, and then next turn I do fire off another one as he just kills me off with an Earthquake. And yeah, now I'm free to go right into my Politoed. He doesn't really have too much to come in on a Surf just because that Rotom is sleeping, so that's really great for me, as he decides he's just going to sack his Jirachi, which was a good play. So yeah, Jirachi's going to go down. That was Scarf, so yeah, that's a threat out of the way. And yeah, now he decides he's just going to go into his Keldeo. This is actually a huge threat to my team, and I'm definitely thinking that it's not Scarf at this point, just because yeah, Jirachi was Scarf. What I'm going to do is just fire for Surf, just to get a bit of damage off. I know he's most likely just going to go for the Secret Sword, as he does. He's about 50%, which is fine. Now I'm just going to go to Gengar. I mean, I really don't care about it at this point. I just need to get Sharpedo in for free. As yeah, he makes a good play and just fires off a Hydro Pump, and that will take out Gengar pretty easily. So yeah, now I'm free to go into my Sharpedo and just protect up, just because I do know I will be able to outspeed him next turn. And yeah, I get to protect off. He goes for the Secret Sword, luckily for me, protected. And next turn I'm going to be free to fire off a Zen Headbutt, so that's great for me. I'm in a really good position at this point, as his team gets pretty much wrecked by Sharpedo. And yeah, I haven't revealed Hydro Pump yet. And yeah, in the chat he's actually saying he has like a 90% chance to win or something, which is kind of weird. And yeah, he goes into Tyranitar just to get the sand up, and I'm pretty sure I will be able to take him out for Hydro Pump just because he does look like choiced in some way. but he makes the switch into his Landorus, predicting me to waterfall, I guess. And yeah, that Hydro Pump's going to easily take that out. Thankfully I do hit. And yeah, because that Rotom is sleeping, he doesn't really have too much to come in, as he does just go into Garchomp. I know it will be able to live a Hydro Pump, but I do have the Mamoswine, and with the Rotom sleeping, he's pretty much useless to stop me. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just fight for Hydro Pump, does about 55%. He just kills me up with an Earthquake, and now I'm free to go into the Mamoswine. Garchomp is pretty much dead to Hazard, so he decides to stay and just sack it, and I'm free to fire from an Ice Shard, take that thing out, as now he's going to go into his Rotom Wash. That's definitely his only play at this point. Takes Rocks, so that's great, and I'm just going to fight for Super just because I do carry it. It's going to do a solid 47%, and yeah, I know that I won't be able to kill him from this range just because I do have the minus attack, and kind of fearing him to wake up and go for like a Hydro Pump or something. So what I'm going to do is just make the switch into my Politoed, just in case he does want to wake up, and just to get my Rain up anyway, even though it's not going to matter at all. And yeah, if he does not wake up, I will be able to fire for Surf. Unfortunately for me, he does wake up, but he goes for the Pain Split, so that's even better. And now I'm just free to fire for Surf, do about 34%, take him down to a range where if he does switch out, he will be dead to Rocks, and he goes for the Volt Switch, thankfully, so he will in fact die to Rocks. And now I'll be free to just go right into Mamoswine, and just fire for an Earthquake, and pretty much take this Tyranitar out, unless he's like Scarfed or something. So yeah, he has leftovers, so yeah, that's fine by me. And I will be able to outspeed him and take him out with an Earthquake. So that's going to be GG qSeasons. It's a pretty quick battle. So yeah, let me know if you guys like the team preview thing. It didn't take too long to make. So yeah, and also you should write in the comments section what peer live I should do next, just because I don't really know at this point. And yeah, if you like the video, then like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.